Hi, and welcome to your first day at AMP Restoration. I'm excited to work with you. I'm looking forward to working about it, and I wanted to take this video as an opportunity just to explain the way that our training process works. Obviously, training is one of the most important things for any company. It's important for quality control. It's important for providing a good customer service. And most importantly, it's important for helping you understand what we expect of you and helping you understand how to succeed and make this the best opportunity possible. So we do think that training's wildly important, probably the most important thing that we can do here as a company. So I want you to understand why we do training the way that we do it. First of all, I hope everyone has had an opportunity to watch the expectations video that was sent out prior to your start date. You should have received that in your email. If you haven't received that email, if you haven't had a chance to watch that video yet, go ahead and turn this video off and go back and watch the expectations video. If you have watched the expectations video, let's talk about the way that our training's going to work. So I've done training for 6 years now. I've trained probably hundreds of different salespeople. I've built teams for multiple companies, and I'm looking forward to working with you as well. What I have found, I've tried situations where I've set people in a classroom, trained people for a week and a half before we sent them out and worked. I've tried all kinds of things, and what I've found is that most people only have the ability to learn for about an hour at a time. Once you get past an hour of training, people start falling asleep. People start, maybe not falling asleep, but your retention rate goes down a lot. The other thing about our training is we're not just teaching you things. When I think of teaching, I think of a history class. Maybe you're learning something well enough to answer it for a multiple choice. That's not what we're trying to do here. We're trying to actually build and develop skills. So when we go over a skill, I want you to know things well enough that you have skills that you're taking out into the world to make money. That's a big difference from just knowing that the War of 1812 was fought in 1812, so you can answer a trivia question with it. These things need to be things that are innate, basically kind of muscle memory, things that just happen naturally. When something happens, when something happens, you automatically just roll into doing what you're supposed to do, so that you are a sales professional who's out there making money like you should be. So what we need to do that is I'm going to teach you a skill. Basically, the plan for the training is that we teach you a skill and we teach you how to do it. And then, basically we're going to spend 2 hours learning a skill, and then you're going to go out into the field and apply that skill. So you'll learn it, you practice it, you have an opportunity to do it. You're going to be doing those skills alongside an experienced account manager. So you have someone to, you practice it, you fall on your face, you fail, congratulations. You now come back to the truck and say, hey, this is what happened. What did I do wrong? And learn what you could do better. And that way, rather than teach you 100 things and you retain about 10% of them and do none of them well, I'm going to teach you one thing, you're going to practice it, you're going to do it well, come back the next day, we're going to teach you another thing, practice it, learn it well. So that's the theory behind the way we do things. The other thing is, I want you to make money. I want you to start making money starting today. I want you to start building that pipeline so that as soon as you get off of your training stipend, you have a pipeline of sales and you know where your money's coming from. You're not waking up when that pipeline's over thinking, oh my God, I've got to make money. You're waking up the day that pipeline's over thinking, this is awesome. I've got all of these checks coming in. I know where my money's coming from. I know how this is going to happen. So, I want to basically, the goal is to the goal is to have well-developed skills so that you know how to learn things. The other thing is, a lot of things in our training, that there are things you're not going to need to know how to do a color confirmation until you actually have a roof ready to go. You're not going to need to know how to basically collect final checks until you actually have checks and signs. So our goal is to train you on things about the time you need to do them so that you'll learn them, and then you go out and you practice them, and then you do them. Today you're going to be going out and knocking doors with another account manager. Any doors you knock, you're going to knock doors. They're going to help you sign the contracts. When you knock doors, those are your contracts. They go into your pipeline, and they're for you to move forward and collect money on and collect those the commissions on. So I don't want you to feel territorial, feel like an account manager is moving in on your contracts. What I'd like you to do is we will be getting you your Job Nimbus account and your emails and cards sometime next week. But for this week, what I'd like you to do is just log into Job Nimbus under the account manager that you're working with. Log into Job Nimbus on your phone, download that onto your cell phone if you have one, and just start practicing putting those things into Job Nimbus. The last thing that I want to talk about is using me as a resource. So you're going to have other account managers as a resource. You're going to have me as a resource. As you are learning these skills and practicing these skills, I'm here for whatever you need. So what I want you to do is learn the skills, practice them, and then you've got my phone number. Give me a call. I'm here for you to role play with. I'm here for you to practice with. Say, hey Dustin, this is how I'm doing my pre-close. How does this sound? This is how I'm closing my contract. How does this sound? If you're having trouble with anything, if you feel like your numbers aren't where they are or where they should be, give me a call and we'll work through what those are. I'm at the end of the day, my approach to this job is that you are your boss. I'm here as a training resource for you. You're the one that decides what your salary is. You're the one that decides what your hours are. You're the one that decides what you're the one that decides how much you get paid. You're the one that decides how much you work. I'm just here to help you make more money by working less. So I am a resource to help you earn money. At the end of the day, we have minimum levels of expectations to remain here. We got to keep a certain level of success to pay the bills. We got to keep a certain level of success to make things worthwhile and operate as a functioning company, obviously. But beyond that, it's up to you how you manage your time, how you manage your day, and I'm here as a resource. So feel free at any time to give me a call and work with me. I have no interest in micromanaging you, and to be quite honest, other than helping out, I have no interest in managing you other than helping make sure that you meet your minimum levels of expectation. I am here as a tool to help you make as much money as possible, so please don't hesitate to contact me. Now, speaking of minimum expectations, one minimum expectation that we do have for your first week is that you, in the expectations, in the email that was sent with the expectations, we have written out a pre-close and also how you explain the contract. You must have those memorized, and they must roll off your tongue by Friday of this week. The reason for that is that you've got to know those in order to sign contracts. If you don't know those, you're not going to sign contracts. If you're not going to sign contracts, you're not going to make any money, and you're not. People who don't learn those parts of the sale don't make it here. Let's just be honest. If you're not here to sell, there's no reason to stay here. And these parts of the sale are critical for you to have success. So make sure that you are practicing this all week long. I don't want this to be a surprise. I'm going to remind you of this every day this week. You need to be practicing this. I've given you the tools to learn it. I need you to put in the time that it takes. So that means that you need to, it's in the expectations video. It's written down in the email that I sent with that, so that you can pull that up. You can practice it. So there are lots of ways you can practice it. You can record yourself. You can record yourself and then play it in the car so that you're hearing that over and over again, so that you're memorizing it. You can sit in front of the mirror at night and read it to the mirror until you've got it down. But I do expect you to know it. I expect you to know it well enough that you can recite it in front of me. So no excuses like, I get nervous when when I'm in front of my boss. That's not an excuse. You're going to be nervous in front of homeowners. You're going to be nervous while you're trying to close a contract. You need to close these contracts to eat. You don't think that's going to make you nervous as well? So I expect you to do that. If you get nervous in front of people, if you get nervous in front of your boss, call me on Wednesday and learn it. It's not, neither one of these are long speeches. I mean, they're 20 to 30 seconds total. So have them memorized. Call me on Wednesday or Thursday. Say, hey Dustin, I want to practice this with you so that I know that I have it done. So I know I have it down pat on Friday. These are critical. I mean, in my experience, I've been doing this too long. People who, I need people in this job who are going to go out and do the job on their own. If you're not going to manage yourself and go out and do it on your own, you're not going to succeed here. And one of the things you need to do is learn these parts of the sale. So learn these parts of the sale, call me up, practice. On Friday, I expect you to know this. It's not going to be a surprise. I'm going to remind you again tomorrow. I'm going to remind you again on Wednesday. And I need you to know these parts of the sale. So practice these parts of the sale. If you have any questions, call me. I'm happy to practice those with you. But make sure you have those down pat by Friday. Also, I'm here as a resource. If there's anything that you're struggling with, call me. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you make money. That's what I'm here for. That's my goal. So if you have any questions, call me. But let's go out and let's make some money today and utilize me as a resource.